If you know anything about me, you'd know that I have left the United States like twice. So going anywhere that's not here, pretty scary. Yeah, pretty odd. But I'm pretty excited. So what I wanted to do is just take this short time to show you guys some of the cool stuff that I've been able to bring. Maybe it gives you some ideas on what you can pack. Maybe you see this and you're like, wow, that's a terrible idea. You should have done this, this, and this. And if so, leave that in the comments below. Regardless, let's go ahead and get started. First off, just so you know, we're going to Lisbon for a couple days, Italy for about a month, Greece for a couple weeks, Croatia for a few weeks, Scotland for a few weeks, Great Britain for a couple weeks, and then we're going to Scandinavia, so Finland, Denmark, and Sweden for a couple weeks each. So right now we're in Florida, so it's hot, and we're going to Lisbon and then eventually Italy and stop in the middle of the summer. It's gonna be a little warm, and realistically we'll be in the Arctic Circle around New Year's Eve, so it's gonna be like the very cold. All right, so let's get started. First off, I've got these thermals here, right? So real lightweight stuff. Got this orange and blue type material, real soft. And I've got another brand here. This is more pants, so this is black and orange. So this is gonna be more or less for when it gets cold. All right, now I've got a work shirt because I'll probably be visiting with some clients. I work for a company called Process Street. It's a software company, check them out. This is sort of my hot shirt. So this is, I got a couple of these. These are real soft. Got two of those. So these are both short sleeve. I got a gray and a black. Long sleeve, so lighter gray long sleeve, same material though, real silky as well. I've got this nice long sleeve shirt here. It's got nettings for my sweaty back, and I think it airs out in the back as well, so it's got some vents and that sort of a thing. So pants, of course, I've got all that sort of thing, representing some Florida NFL Buccaneers, I think, right here. Pants, I got these are brand new. Next, I've got these green pants here. These are Under Armour. Next, I've got this material. This is the most of all the parachute pant type things. These are the most parachutey. It's got lots and lots of pockets so I can look like an absolute tourist. For when it gets cold, I'm gonna have this right here, which is a jacket that folds into a pocket, okay? So let me show you how that actually works here. So pretty crazy stuff. I'm gonna speed this up. My jacket is now a nice, comfy pillow. Almost done. I'm lying, I'm not even almost done at all. Cool, this is my North Face jacket. There we go, as you can see here. Normal fleece jacket that you would see. Now, I like to run, and my plan is to run 10 miles a day in each city that we visit. To do that, I've got my gym shorts here. They'll probably double as my pajamas. My bathing suit, because of course I want to go swimming. I've got all my other little stuff here. I've got two adventure bands, black one and this cool sea turtle one. Hello, sea turtle friend. And then here we go. I've got my wool socks. I've got these other wool socks. Very good. And then I've got a couple pairs of my shorter socks that I will wear normally. So these are my gloves here. So a couple pairs of Under Armour gloves. These are real good for cold. These are the ones that I wore when I used to live in DC. And then my heavier winter hat. Of course, sunglasses. Here are all of my underwear, very scandalous, right? Nice and silky underwears as well. Those are all of my clothes for the next 6 months. So as a review, fancy shirt, work shirt, thermals, nice moisture wicking shirts, long sleeve moisture wicking shirt, my bathing suit, my running pants. That's not what they're called gym shorts. And I've got 3 pairs of these types of pants, from crinkliest to kind of crinkly to not crinkly as much. Different socks, different gloves, underwear, hat, neck pillow. All right, now for the fun stuff. Oh, by the way, so these are my shoes here. So these are my normal shoes. These are Allbirds with a nice big hole in the toe because I ran into a sidewalk and boom, ripped that open. Here we go. These are my hiking boots. They're waterproof. While I'm going to be on this trip, I'm going to be also working. That's the thing. So I work remotely for that software company. I also write content, do a lot of stuff around automation, technology, etc. So I need to be available. So how do I do that though? How do I travel and do these things? Well, this is how. So what I have here, so I've got my USB-C charging, right, so it plugs in there. This is the cords itself for that. So I've got one for my MacBook Pro. I have a MacBook Pro 2016, 16 gigs of RAM. That's what I have here, and that's of course a USB-C charger. And I have a Google Pixel 3 here. And so this I have charging with a USB-C cord as well, which is convenient. As well, I have this camera that I'm recording on right now, which if I go over here, you can see. So this right here is the Panasonic Lumix ZS70, and the reason why we have it is for this neato little flippy thing that I can keep up and see what is happening. I've also got my HDMI cable right here. Here is the charging cable. It is a mini USB. I've got two of them. They are for this camera and then also for this battery pack. This is a portable battery pack. It's 26,500, I believe, or 26,000 milliamp hours. So this is solar powered. It's got these so it can charge at all times, and it can also charge all my devices while also being charged via the sun, and of course does charge via regular charging using that mini USB that you see here. It can charge two devices at once. So this is about 40 bucks on Amazon here for this particular model. So pretty handy, and it's also waterproof and drop proof as well. I use my AirPods. This is what I use typically for work. So I keep those two in there. So I run with these, which you probably shouldn't because they're not sweat proof, but I do anyways, so who cares. But I use these for work because they are the best for connecting Bluetooth to my MacBook. But then when it sucks, I switch over to these, and I keep these as a backup, which is just my usual Apple cords that I plug into my computer, so then I'm tied to it, which is not as fun. For charging this, and for charging my keyboard, Apple keyboard here, just because it's super light, very thin, as you can see there. Also have my Magic Trackpad here. Now, I've got lots and lots and lots of SD cards. In this camera right now, I have a 128 gigabyte SD card. I've got these two large size 64 gigabyte cards, as you can see here, extreme ones. So I've got two of those. Mini SD card here, 64 gigabytes. It's in an adapter. This is a 32 just as a backup, and this is a spare adapter. This actually holds the card that I have in this camera right now. I've got a bunch of these bricks. I've got bricks on bricks on bricks. My computer charger that I keep the cable with. This is the long cable for this. And then of course I can go ahead and change that over to the short cord if I ever need it. I've got my favorite word of all time, the dongle. I've got the dongle because this computer, for all its greatness, only has USB-C ports. This is my cord case here, and I zip it up real quick. You'll see really easily. Kind of just folds up just like this. I am a fiend for pens. These are my favorite pens here. And then I am a fiend for checklists and keeping track of things, so I do have a couple of these notepads here. As you can see, I've got some notes on things I need to work on, etc. Travel adapter, so it's got multiple cords, that way I can plug in all of these things. Next, this is my laptop bag. It's very silky smooth on the inside. And so this holds this computer, my camera equipment. So you've already seen this camera that I'm recording on. But I've also got this GoPro. This is a Hero 5 black GoPro. Currently it's in its mount. So that's a little screw for that, backup screw. And then this is the actually the head adapter, so I can look like an idiot while I'm in Europe. This right here I stole from my friend Kyle. Thank you, Kyle, because I know you're going to watch this video probably. This is your lapel mic that I meant to give back to you, but then I forgot and moved to North Carolina, so I still have it, and I owe you one, and I'll buy it for you on Amazon probably. And I use this for all of my webinars and for other sorts of content that I'm recording on my computer. Now, to make sure that no one steals all of my, here are my locks. So I've got this lock, so this goes through the loop of my bag and prevents people from getting into it. This one is for my other bag, and has a longer loop here so that I can use that for lots and lots and lots of things, or tying my bag to something. My passport, because that's important. They don't really like letting you into other countries if you don't have a passport, so that's why that's there. This right here is a Roost, is what it's called. Really, really neat sort of device. It folds out just like this. Plop that down right there. Grab MacBook, open MacBook, place on Roost. Apple keyboard, trackpad. What you end up with is a portable and very easy to set up, really quick, ergonomic desk. So there we go. Of course, I've got my tape over the camera lens so people can't creep on me. All right, now workout stuff real quick here. So I've got my TRX, and I've got this water bottle here, which folds up real nice, so it goes just like that. Toiletry bag. This weird looking thing, this is my deodorant. This looks like cheese, but I swear it's not. It's to make me not smell like cheese because, again, deodorant block. So this comes from Lush, smells really nice. Vibrating toothbrush. Comb. Drugs, not really. Turmeric and vitamin B12, well, actually Super B complex, as you can kind of see on this. As well, I've got my solid cologne, all good things, again from Lush. I've got a travel towel in here, so this actually can be used as a towel or a blanket. Earplugs for people who are snoring. This right here contains everything that I need to do to eat other than the food itself. This has a travel straw, don't kill sea turtles, bamboo fork, so half spoon, half fork. Those are all of my toiletries for this trip. Otherwise, in terms of what this is all going to be going into, all of my clothes fit into this bag right here. This opens up. That clothes bag fits inside of this bag. Inside of there is where all of my clothes, all of my camera gear for the most part, toiletry bag, and a lot of those other things, they're all going to fit in there inside of this bag. And then this bag actually zips onto this bag. So I can actually have two bags in one if I like. And inside of this bag is where my computer fits perfectly right inside of here. So in the computer bag, pretty much inside of here, I'll keep important toiletries, important documentation, maybe camera gear. Well, I'm usually going to be leaving this one with all my clothes and stuff kind of wherever I'm staying, as long as wherever I'm staying is safe enough to do so. That's pretty much everything, I believe. All right, so that's everything I am taking with me for this trip for about 6 months, for everything from the heat of the Mediterranean all the way to the very, very cold of the Arctic Circle up in Scandinavia. Thank you very much for taking the time for watching this. I hope this was helpful for you, or maybe you thought that this was all terrible planning and you have way better ideas. If you do, I definitely want to hear them because I'm always open to new stuff. Thanks again, and have a good, well, whatever, day, night, life. Thanks.